Hey, you guys, it's MJ from Alta Love. I just want to go live and quickly update you regarding the energies of this new moon that we're approaching. The new moon is August 11th, or, give or take hours and maybe a day around that, where you are in the world. And I'm really feeling a lot of intensity actually around the energy of this new moon and solar eclipse. And I feel like a lot of unexpected things are going to come in. Um, and personally, I'm very much being guided to meditate more, relax more, luxuriate more, um, step away more, and hold space and self love. A lot of self love. And there's like this deepening connection, um, because what I'm seeing and observing in contrast of that is like this futility, um, this like, why bother, why care, what's the point of any of this? And also it really is marking an end. There will be endings, whether we like it or not, whether we're conscious of it or not. There will be endings in our lives, and how that comes up. We might be starting to see it. We might be starting to see how certain things are going to close out, black out, right, in our lives. And I feel like there's certain themes. So maybe certain lifelong themes, or themes that have been coming up over the last couple of years for us as individuals. So those themes are now really like under the microscope and are being addressed, highlighted, and hopefully healed through conscious work and conscious transformation. And then, really, on the other side of this new moon, we're just closing off the cycle for the full moon at the end of August. The eclipse season is closing down. We have the Lion's Gate closing down at the end of August as well. And then we're really stepping into the new phase, ultimately, this new, um, the new reality that we've probably been sitting with, manifesting from within for the last couple of years, and then stepping into that as a manifested reality. um so new conversations, new opportunities, and contrast, and at the same time intensity and some volatility as well across our communities. And weirdly, what I'm getting here now as well is that on our working lives, a lot of us in our working lives and in certain structural business frameworks, we're going to see a mass exodus, like a rebellion against blame culture. So businesses that are still engaged in like blame and attack and leadership, irresponsible leadership, um, fear mongering, making people do your bidding out of fear, no appreciation and all that, that we will see a shift in polarity when it comes to facades. So people kind of playing a part, but then behind the scenes, that's not how things are operating. A lot of those veils are going to be lifted in our industries, and where there are, again, masks which are duplicitous and corrupted, essentially corrupted because we're still treating people like slaves rather than upholding a sense of unity and integrity with our fellow human beings, right? So again, there's like a blackout, but we're being asked to really step into our power and step into our authenticity. And with that, it's there again, it's like the counterintuitivity, or this sort of peculiar paradox that recognizing we're actually stepping out more, and yet in ourselves dropping in deeper, and then reframing a lot of how we relate to ourselves, and thus how we relate to relationships, how we relate to money, how we relate to career, how we relate to friends, social circles, and the world. Ultimately, how we're relating to the world is a big part of it, and it's part of this broader planetary collective shift of shape shifting our economy and disenfranchising monopoly organizations and corporations that are trying to have a stranglehold on the world's resources, and food included, and water, obviously. So we're seeing almost like a purging and a purification of the waterways. And with the purification of the waterways, we're actually seeing a rise of more integral earthwork and earth function. It's like the power that's like the it's like the power dynamics are totally shifting through this awakening. And this is like it, really. This eclipse is like, for some of us on a timeline, this eclipse is it. It's saying no to this way of being, saying yes to this way of being, having the insight and the emotional awareness to hold space and be a loving presence, but not feed that stream energy of blame and attack where it is apparent in our world as individuals, right? It's apparent in our world. Wait, there's a blame and attack. It's coming from a place of vibrational frequency from within us, and we can either continue to perpetuate it by holding on to it, by making excuses for it, or we can just say, I feel, I understand that I'm being asked to let this go, and whatever I step into is going to be better than this. And that's the moment. Always, are we going to step up, or are we going to hold on? And I would encourage you guys to step up, to let go, to have faith and to trust. It's part of why I share, because I'm speaking words that I need to hear for myself. To have faith in where you're being guided, to have faith that it's going to be just as beautiful, if not more so, and to not rationalize and not use the mind to dictate a logical sense of what the reality is, but trust in the ever flow. Because sometimes we don't know what it is, and there's a real crumbling in various industries, and then these crumblings are obviously destabilizing systems and structures, and then as those systems and structures start to, like, the cracks start to show, it's all open. I think that's the thing about this shift, right? Is like it's all open and transparent. We can't hide from one another anymore. It's not, it's obvious. And like, here's the thing, you guys, it's increasingly obvious to more and more people. Pardon me, shades, lies, people turning their backs on us, and where they're going from that, honoring where people are in their life journey, accepting that everyone stays with us our whole lives, and knowing that we're integral, like sovereign human beings. And that's something I'm learning as a woman, to just stay in my integrity in all situations and allow people to either meet us where we are or not. And but I think what I'm done doing is like trying to please people, chase people. I think I have to like do something extra special to make people like me, or even be extra fucking nice. Like part of this share today is like, it's very selfish, and this share is for me because I'm sitting with stuff and it's relevant to this, because it's like that little element of people pleasing, and then having people just like shut you down and tell you you're wrong for trying to be nice, and tell you're too much, you're, you know just back off, and you just think, wow, it don't matter, doesn't matter how nice we are to one another and how much we do for one another. If somebody wants to be upset, if somebody wants to sulk, if somebody wants to be sad about something, or take it out on you. If somebody wants to blame you for how they feel, they're just going to do that. And my awareness is like, actually, I just wanted to create distance and let go of that energy of blame and attack. God, it's basically what my whole book is about. And what I'm realizing is that you can love and accept people and hold space for people, but if that energy is happening, it's going to affect you as a sensitive, and you can either perpetuate it by like looking at it and being like, oh, that sucks, "Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks." Or be like, "Wow, that is really not in alignment with the truth of who I am anymore. So I need to harmonize and transform that vibration of blame and attack from within me and walk away from situations that don't serve us anymore, and stop making mental excuses that loop us back into fearful, toxic patterns." And this is where it's such a head mess, because it's like, it's so, all of this stuff can be incredibly deceiving, paradoxical. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes it doesn't matter how pretty it looks. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good it all looks on the surface of things. Hi, marketing and advertising. It don't matter how pretty it looks. It doesn't mean there is joy at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't mean there's a golden fucking pot at the end of the rainbow, right? You have to choose that. You have to choose the rainbow and choose the pot. You have to create the rainbow in the pot for yourself, where other people just want to ride your rainbow, but without having to like acknowledge who created it, right? So there's some insights and some ramblings for you. I just appreciate you so much, and I appreciate YouTube so much, and I appreciate having and living in this time space where there's this platform to share, and that I can stay respectful of myself and stay quite in internal introspective and a little bit reclusive right now, because there is a lot of volatility, and I don't watch the news or anything. I'm completely unplugged, and so I'm literally just hearing it from people that there's violence, and people who really aren't getting along and hurting each other violently in quote unquote peaceful communities, right? And so for us to continue to address disparity in our human energy field, and to remember it's not out there, that we're all like in this together. And I'm just making a commitment firm in myself to not tolerate, you know, to not tolerate mean behavior, blaming behavior, attacking behavior. Yes, we need to own our shit. And yes, we have to take no shit from others. Sometimes people shit spews out, and you think that, well, if it's not directly, if it's just spewing through those people, maybe it's acceptable. But no, it's not. Especially privileged, intelligent, people that got all the access and still persist in blaming one another for this, that, or the other. It's like not my bag at all. Because the only thing that's ever been my bag is giving love and showing people that money is not the prize. We are. You and I, we are the prize in the planet. Let's not forget beautiful Earth that we all live on. Like, the planet is so beautiful. Why don't we just hang around and like embrace her and enjoy her and learn from her, rather than just raping her and taking what you think you want to feel important? So a little bit of a juicy share, just basically because I'm feeling intense, and I want to kind of and I want to share with you guys the intensity, but to reflect back, like, you're okay. You're okay as you are. You're okay feeling how you feel. You're okay to just step away from everything and everyone, and like come into your infinite space, and then be present with that and love yourself. Oh my god, you guys, I ran side note, back to like adornment. I had to go buy more soap um from a shop where I could get nice kind of organic vegan bar soap in compostable paper packaging. So I did, and I got my soap. And I found a scrub. Now normally I don't buy this, and I can make it on my own as well. But I found this like amazing salt scrub with like, it was like all or olive oil or sweet almond oil with like Himalayans or Epsom salts or Himalayan salt or something. But then it had like sage and rosemary and parsley and like all of these like herbs. And I was like, oh my God, I need to buy that. And zero waste. It came in one of those glass like reusable containers. So I knew it was meant for me because I wanted to luxuriate last night and it was divine. I would highly recommend. I don't know if there's like eucalyptus, but there was some kind of like um really minty-ish thing. So I just like scrubbed, lay in the bath for ages. And to be honest, my skin feels amazing. Yesterday and today, I'm like, "Ooh, yeah, baby, exfoliation." Anyway, you guys, I'm going to power down today and finish writing my silent screen article. And I'm also writing another column for the Badass Unleashed. So, buzza bay. And I'll just be straight up with you guys. Like, I know what my world is asking me to let go of. And every day there's like kind of sadness and conflict coming out because sometimes letting go and saying goodbye to stuff that's been an important part of your life is kind of bittersweet. And you keep doubting, you're like, are you sure? Do I really? And then like, you just keep throwing yourself some fucking, all right, I get it. I gotta let it go. I understand. And I guess, even though I don't know what's happening, I guess whatever's coming next is gonna be fucking badass, y'all. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and I love you loads, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. I hope that was useful for you, maybe even entertaining. Please subscribe, check her out. I do share most days, but it's always intuitive, so I have days off whenever. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.